Hello, my name is Sarah Bedson and I am a trainee at DG Skik. Today I'm going to talk to you about driving, and I'll start my speech now. Ladies and gentlemen, in the UK, the legal driving age is 17. I grew up in a small village in the countryside, and so, like the majority of my friends, I learned to drive as soon as I could, and I passed my test at the age of 17. I like to drive. I find it really very liberating to be able to just get in the car when I want and go where I want, rather than having to stick to a bus timetable and without worrying about delayed trains or missing the last bus home. I must admit, though, that while I do really enjoy driving, and I think I'm quite a good driver, I'm not very good at parallel parking, so I try to avoid it at all costs. And my sense of direction isn't fantastic either. It would seem that I'm not the only one to have such problems, however, as new technologies have been invented to overcome these shortcomings. Nowadays, you can buy a self-parking car. That's a car that can automatically perform a parallel park for you. All you have to do is turn on the parallel park mode, and there are sensors on the car that detect whether the space is big enough for you to park in. If it is big enough, then you let go of the wheel and you gently push on the accelerator, and it smoothly performs the manoeuvre for you. This is great news for me. And as for my poor sense of direction, well, nowadays with sat-navs and Google Maps, it's so easy. All you have to do is type in where you want to go, and it takes you there. Even if you make a wrong turn, the sat-nav readjusts and prepares a new route for you. It's practically foolproof. In fact, sat-navs are so widely used now that this year in the UK, they actually introduced a new section on the driving test to test the candidate's ability to use a sat-nav and to successfully follow the sat-nav's directions to a determined destination. I think that the aim of this was to try to make driving tests more realistic. But at the same time, it seems a little redundant to me, as I can't really see how somebody can fail to use the sat-nav correctly. But you never know. I remember reading in the news a few years ago about an elderly Belgian lady who wanted to drive from her hometown in Belgium to Brussels. This should have been a relatively straightforward and simple journey, but she must have mistyped the destination on the sat-nav because she ended up following her sat-nav so religiously that she turned up in Croatia, 900 miles away. Of course, this is a very extreme example, but I do think that it can be problematic to rely too heavily on modern technologies so that you lose common sense, or that you never learn to read a map, or you never learn to read road signs or to park. Nevertheless, all the signs are pointing to the introduction of self-driving cars as the norm in the not-so-distant future. So perhaps before long, we won't even be learning to drive at all. Thank you.